every good signing a club makes, there's bound to be a few that don't work out. Manchester United have certainly had their fair share of those, especially since the end of their golden age under Sir Alex Ferguson. Here are some of the Red Devils' worst signings since Fergie. First up, Alexis Sanchez. He'd averaged almost a goal every 2 games for Arsenal, but in his 45 matches for United, he only bagged 5. Next up, Radamel Falcao, dubbed El Tigre, or the Tiger. But at Old Trafford, he was a little more pussycat, to be honest. All the Colombian managed in 29 games was 4 goals. Moving on, things couldn't have gone worse for Jadon Sancho at United, with just 12 goals in 83 games. And it all ended after that very public spat with then-manager Erik ten Hag. Next, Ten Hag probably thought he was wise in sticking to what he knew when he brought in Antony from former club Ajax. But the £86 million Brazilian has really not been able to hack it in the Prem. The curse of the famous number 7 shirt has also had its share of victims. As well as the aforementioned Sanchez, Memphis Depay found he couldn't follow in the footsteps of Ronaldo, Cantona, Beckham and Best. He netted just 7 in 53 appearances. And those are just a few examples. To be honest, the list could go on and on. Unfortunately, that's probably why Man United haven't won the title for over a decade, and why it might take a few more years before they're in contention again.
Good evening and welcome to the Rory Jennings Show with me, Flex, on another entertaining day of Premier League action. We've just seen limbs, absolute limbs, at the Vitality Stadium as Bournemouth scored a 94th minute winner against Liverpool in a pulsating Premier League clash. It's joy for the South Coast side who deserved all 3 points. But Liverpool fans, what is going on after another disaster class at the back? Where was Virgil van Dijk? Yes, he scored a header. Yes, he got you back into the game. But his defending tonight was absolutely awful. It's 5 games without a win, including drop points against Burnley and Leeds. And you had one of those games. You won one of those games as well. You would have only been 2 points behind Arsenal. You could have been in this title race, but you've thrown it away. The phone lines are open for you to have your say right now. 03717 22 33 44. Especially want to hear from you if you're doing the long drive back to Merseyside as well, down from the South Coast. If you're on your way back up, I want to hear from you, Liverpool fans. What is going on? What do you make of Arne Slot? What do you make of this Liverpool side? And what needs to change? Remember, we're live on YouTube as well and your smart TV. But now it's all about you and your opinion. Give us a call on 03717 22 33 44 to air your views on the nation's favourite radio station. This is the Flex Phoning Show on talkSPORT 2. talkSPORT 2. It's not talkSPORT 2, it's talkSPORT. It's talkSPORT. And we have to get straight into calls. I want to hear from as many Liverpool fans as possible. And listen, you guys know I support Manchester United, of course, so I am enjoying this. You know this. But I can keep it neutral. I can keep it balanced. I want your views. Let's go straight to the phone line. Let's speak to Wayne, a Liverpool fan. Wayne, what's going on?
How you doing, Flex? You okay?
I'm all good, mate. How are you feeling? How are you?
You know what? This is 10 years in the making, mate. You know what? The thing is, right, we've just not built a team to actually, success. When we first won the league for the first time in years, we didn't go out and buy a defender. Do you know what I mean? We need to get some defenders and midfielders. We've just absolutely lacking that strength in midfield. It's an absolute joke at the moment. And they're talking about getting rid of Andy Robertson.
Well, yeah, exactly. You needed him to come on today. Well, you talk about the midfield. Hold on a minute. Last year, Gravenberch, best defensive midfielder in the league, I'm hearing. McAllister, best attacking midfielder in the league. Szoboszlai, Hungarian Gerrard. What more do you want?
Yeah, but the thing is, right, this is what I'm saying. Gravenberch is absolutely brilliant, don't get me wrong, but you need backup. We haven't got no backup. There's no depth in that midfield. When we played Newcastle in that cup game last season, you could see how far, we just couldn't compete. It was like boys against men, do you know what I mean? It was just ridiculous. And the thing is as well, this board, they're turning the club into a franchise. You know what I mean? They're buying all these, like, you know, these players, you know, overpriced players, where, you know, you look at Arsenal, they've been slowly progressing and, you know, bringing in talented players, and, you know, it's strength in depth. Liverpool just haven't got that. It's an absolute joke. This club is absolutely going in the wrong direction.
Wayne, is this the first time you're sort of questioning the decision makers then? Because under Klopp, one thing that we gave Liverpool a lot of credit for, like you kind of sort of saying there, is players that, you know, maybe don't cost the most, maybe not the most sought after around Europe, and you turn them into world-class stars. You turn them into superstars, okay? That's what you've got a rich history of doing, really astute business. But do you feel like you've just gone and splashed too much cash and just tried to do the PSG model?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, Rob, we didn't need to spend that much money. You know, if you look back, look at Andy Robertson, for example, £8 million. Look at the service that guys give us. Do you know what I mean? One of the best right-backs in the country, without a doubt. And we're talking about getting rid of him. It's an absolute joke. I mean, I'm not being funny to Kirkers. He's okay, but he can't defend. He's good at going forward, but he can't defend, mate. It's an absolute joke. Honestly, now, I'm just so concerned the way the direction this club's going in. Honestly, it's just like a franchise.
Well, hold on, mate. Hold on. But I've got to put a bit of context, mate. You've won your first title, well, your second title, should I say, in 30-odd years. Things are on the up. You know, you got a new manager in who's won the league in his first season. What about Arne Slot? Does he deserve time, patience from Liverpool fans, Wayne? He gave you a title last year in his first year.
Let me just tell you something right about Arne Slot. Don't get me wrong, he's a good manager, but you know what? Last year he was a manager. This season he's a coach. Do you know what I mean? He's been given those players and he's just gone, they've just said to him, listen, you've got to work with these players. And it's just the fact that, you know, last season, he came in there fresh, and, you know, obviously the guys, you know, took a light to him, and, you know, he did brilliant. He done wonders, you know what I mean? He took us the title, but I just knew this season it was just going to be the fact that, like last time when we won the league, we wasn't going to follow it up. Do you know what I mean? It's just the fact that we just, honestly, it's like I said, the club's just turned into a franchise, and it's just ridiculous.
I can hear the pain. I can hear the pain in your voice, Wayne. I can hear it, mate. I can hear it.
I can't. And you know what the thing is as well? We could have got Gay for 20 million plus. Do you know what I mean? And I can't understand why they didn't do it. People are saying, oh, you know, we missed out on it. It's not the fact that we missed out. We just didn't bother to go and get him. We thought we was going to get him on a free.
That's what it was. And you didn't have your ducks in order. You tried to get him at the end of the summer window. That didn't work. And then, you know, this winter window, you've been nowhere to be seen. Look, I can see Virgil van Dijk on my screen right now. I'm looking at him doing his post-match interviews, Wayne. This is Captain Fantastic. This is the guy that Liverpool fans tell me is the greatest Premier League defender of all time. Are we witnessing, Wayne? Wayne, are we witnessing one of the greatest fall-offs from grace in Premier League history? Because he's been awful this season.
But you see what it is? This is another problem with Liverpool. They've relied on those two defenders for so many seasons, and yet, if we had brought Gay in, right, we would have had someone to actually put pressure on those two defenders. And, like, you know, those two defenders now, they've been, you know, they're there all the time, and it's the fact that, you know, there's no one there to pressure them. So that's why, you know, they've just fallen short this season. And I understand, you know, we've had such a massive loss, with the passing, of our brilliant striker. Do you know what I mean? It's just, that was horrible. But the fact of the matter is, we just are not strengthening in the right places. You know, like I said, midfield and defence, we've just fallen short over the years. And like I said, the team's just turned into a franchise. It's an absolute joke.
He says it's a franchise. Joke. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you so much, mate. He's fuming. He says the team has turned into a franchise. You'll never walk alone. The mighty Reds. I can't believe I'm hearing this. It's a franchise. Let's hear from Derek. Derek, how are you feeling this evening, should I say? It's all going off. Do you feel like the club's going down the pan, or it's like a franchise, or do you need a little bit of calm here? You can't win it all.
No, well, as an Arsenal fan once said on television, it's time to go.
Shout out to Claude. God rest his soul. Absolutely, he did say that. Is that what it's time for, though? Arne Slot to leave the football club?
I honestly think, guys, Arne Slot has been found out short in not having the tactics to play in the Premier League. I think he's more European style of Dutch football, very slow, very methodical, and that's why Liverpool have been getting some results in the Champions League and not in the Premier League.
That's simple. So what was last year then? Was last year just what?
Last year
Klopp's team. He didn't have to do that much. Leave everything pretty much the same.
Yes, exactly what you're saying. Yes, he just tinkered a wee bit with Klopp's team, and players aren't running through brick walls the way they did for Klopp, and that's sometimes shown from a managerial perspective of how he is. And Klopp's Slot seems to be very, very calm, and it seems to be rubbing off on the Liverpool players that, Van Dijk's switches off too easy. Kanata is a car crash waiting to happen. They're going to get rid of Robertson. Robertson is a far better left back still than Kirk is, and better going forward as well. And as the last caller said, he's exactly right. They haven't strengthened in midfield and they haven't strengthened in defence enough.
But Derek,
the difference that Liverpool could make, Liverpool could have got Mark Gee, they could have got Van der Veen and played them as two centre halves for the future going forward.
So are we saying? So hang on a minute. Let me get this straight. So Liverpool break their transfer record, the British transfer record, twice in a window, right? They add Kirkes and Frimpong for what looked like good money. Okay, they need a defender. I understand that. You had the young lad come in as well, and he did his cruise ship, didn't he? So that was unfortunate for him. But what about the world-class players that you already possess? What about the talent that's in this squad? Because, all right, Isak's injured now. Didn't start off well. But Ekitike, look at what a great player he is. Florian Wirtz, for all of his woes, he's the top player. Frimpong is an astute signing, good player. And you add that into top players that are supposed to be performing. Look at what Mo Salah's been putting up this year. Look at Virgil van Dijk. Fair play to Szoboszlai, he's been your most consistent player. But what about the players? This can't all be on Arne Slot, surely.
No, as you said, there's been a big drop-off from Van Dijk and there's a big drop-off from Salah. And who knows, Salah was very close to Diogo Jota, as we know how badly his career's been affected by that. But that only goes so far, unfortunately. They're professionals at the end of the day. They've got a job to do. But yes, there's been a huge drop-off. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think Frimpong's the answer either.
What, as right back or right winger, or just as a player?
Going forward, he was good the other night against Marseille again. But I'm not overly sure that he's as good. He's certainly not a defending right back in my eyes. He's more like a right-sided midfielder going forward. But as I said, I hope to sign Van der Veen from Spurs.
God,
I have to sign him. And I think Nathan Collins has been touted this morning as well in the papers that they're going to go and sign Nathan Collins for 40 million from Brentford.
This is incredible what I'm hearing. I just did it. I just thought in the summer, Liverpool strengthening from a positioning of strength, right? Going out and getting the players. The rest of us were sitting here going, the league's over. Look at Liverpool. Look what they're doing. They're getting Isak. They're getting Ekitike. They're getting Wirtz. They're getting these defenders. And it's just all gone down the pan. But is there not a bit of you that just thinks, no matter what happens this season, like you said, with what's happened in the summer, of course, it's been an emotional time. And also, he has delivered you a Premier League on his slot. Does he not deserve this season to sort of, okay, this was a bad one, we go again next season? Or is it, you've got Xabi Alonso waiting in the wings? Or is it too far removed from the football that you want to play? Because I have to be honest with you, Derek. Me and my producer was watching this game as well, and we're looking at Liverpool. We're going, all right, they've got back into the game, but it's boring. The type of football they play is there's no intensity to it. They're not. The respect has gone from the other teams. Everyone thinks they can have a go at Liverpool and come out and play. Like it just seems like the Liverpool way that Klopp set got you back to. It's just gone.
Yeah, you're totally right. As I said earlier on in the call, basically the manager rubs off on the players, his personality, and it just looks like Liverpool are playing with Slot's personality, the same way as they did run through brick walls for Klopp. They're not doing that anymore. And as you said, the play is very methodical, far too slow in the build-up, knocking it back, triangles across the field, knocking it back to the goalkeeper. It's shocking. The difference between Klopp and Slot has just been too much, to be honest with you, in the Premier League to contend with. It does suit Dutch football. He done very well at Feyenoord, but you watch Dutch football there. I watch sometimes the league on a Sunday, and their play, it will put you to sleep.
Look at this. Derek's not having it. Derek, thank you, my man. He's feeling the pain. He is not happy. So Liverpool fans, a trip to Bournemouth is roughly a 500-mile round trip to watch that team beat you today. That's what you've done. I want to hear from you. The fans have had their say on it. They're saying it was a joke, but are you laughing? If you're not, come and let me know who's to blame for yet another poor Liverpool performance. Is it Slot? Is it Van Dijk? Is it Salah? The phone lines are open, 03717 22 33 44. And I hear from you next. I want to hear. Come on the Flex Phone-In Show on talkSPORT.
I do like to be beside the seaside. Oh, I do like to be beside the sea.
No, they don't. This is the Flex Photo Show on talkSPORT. But Liverpool do not like to be down by the seaside. My producer is an Everton fan. He's absolutely loving this, as am I, because I'm a Man United fan. And we're just taking it in. We're getting this into our veins because it's not often this happens to Liverpool. We have to enjoy it while we can. But one man who's probably not going to be happy about this, well, I know he's not going to be happy about this. Let's see what 100% Mo, the Liverpool fan, thinks about this. Mo, what's going on? You can't be 100% behind this.
Hey, Flex, hello, how are we? Where's Candy and Jimmy G? Where are the boys? Where have they gone? How come you're sitting in for them? What's going on?
They've had to draft me in because they knew it was going to be a big night for Liverpool losing. So they need to get a United fan in here to be here ready to receive this gift.
Listen. It was absolutely shocking that was shocking performance from the referee and the VAR people. Really?
Whoa! No, Mo, we're not doing this.
That was absolutely
no, we're not.
Shocking. It was.
So you lost this game because of VAR. Is that what you're saying?
We lost it. We should have had a penalty.
Oh, come on,
We should have had a penalty. Is that what we get for like being honest? It's horrendous, mate. I'm telling you, absolutely horrendous. Referees have been against us all season. The VAR people don't know what they're doing, and do you know what? It's making people like you and your producer happy, which is unreasonable. It's not right.
Listen, Mo, I had faith in you. I had faith in you that you were going to come on here and talk the truth and say what you see. It's like catchphrase, say what you see, mate. And this,
listen,
are you defending this? What about your team? Tell me where Virgil van Dijk was today. Where was he? Tell me where Mo Salah was today.
It was windy. Right? The wind, the first goal, that was the wind, right?
The wind. This is poor touch, mate.
You've got to remember.
Trampoline foot, Van Dijk. That's what it was.
Listen, you've got to remember, Virgil van Dijk is one of the best defenders in the Premier League history.
No, he's not.
And I know that.
No, he's not, mate. He's not playing like it.
He's one of the best, one in the Premier League.
And where was he, mate? He's still at Africa. He's still at AFCON, him.
Right? Look, at the end of the day, right, and like the other caller said, there's a lot of few, circumstances, a few things have happened this year. But you can't blame Arne Slot for this. You can't blame the players. If anybody's going to get the blame, it should be Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes, because
for going breaking your transfer record twice and giving you shiny new toys?
No, they needed to sign a defender. They didn't sign. As soon as Joe Gomez went off today, and you know what? It was horrendous. It was absolutely horrendous. But you know what, mate? I am confident. I'm confident with Arne Slot. I'm confident with this Liverpool team. We will be back, and there's nobody's going to stop us. And you United fans are going to be running scared. You'll be running scared, and you'll be hiding again.
Mate, last time we played you, mate, we beat you in your backyard, mate. Harry Maguire. We're not running scared anymore, mate. That was with Ruben Amorim. Wait till you come to Old Trafford and play as with Michael Carrick. What's going to happen then? What's going to happen then?
Listen, United are going to get hammered tomorrow because Arsenal are going to do it.
Do you know what, Mo? United are going to finish above you as well. What are you going to do then as well? Your team that finished 15th. We finished 15th last year. Awful, shocking. And we're going to finish above you. This is the worst. This is the worst Premier League title defence we've ever seen. Do you know that, Mo?
United is a very, very poor side. Arsenal are going to teach him a lesson tomorrow. And you know what? Carrick's going to get sacked. You're probably going to get.
We're not going to sack the interim, mate. We're not going to do that.
You're going to get somebody else in. You know what? And United. It's a sinking ship. Flex, you know that.
Do you know what, Mo? Do you know what? Actually, Mo, we have to stop this, because what you've done is smart. Mo, what you've tried to do is come on here and deflect and talk about my team who are playing tomorrow. No. You just got done by the Cherries in the famous Liverpool last kick of the game as well. You know that thing you do to every team, what Liverpool used to be famous for? Last minute goals, coming back. You never give in. Well, look now, mate. Look now.
Flex, I am proud of every single one of them Liverpool players out there. The boys.
You're proud of Van Dijk. You're proud of that Van Dijk performance. You're proud of that Mo Salah performance. You're proud of that Kirk's performance. Oh my goodness.
Listen, look, I keep telling this and I keep saying this to you. We should have had a penalty. That was a real. Mate, if he would have gone down, he would have got a penalty.
Oh my goodness.
You know what? We want to be honest. We want to stay on our feet.
No, you don't want to be honest. You've been Mo. You've been 10% tonight. 10% Mo, that's your new name. 10%. You need to change. You're not. Well, or you're either 100% a liar or 10% truthful.
Flex. I've got a question for you.
Go on.
Hand on your heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you actually think United are going to win tomorrow?
Yes, of course we are. Otherwise, I wouldn't say it. No. Did you not see what we've done to Manchester City?
No, sir. When are you on talkSPORT next?
Mate, I'll tell you, I'll be on Tuesday. Do you know what, Mo? Do you know how I know we're going to win? Even you went to the Emirates and got a draw. And look at the state of you. That's how I know. That's how I know, mate.
Yeah, but Arsenal are frying of Liverpool. Liverpool should have beaten them. Arsenal are frying of Liverpool. We've already beaten them one. They're scared of us.
Oh, gosh.
Arsenal scared of us. But you lot, I'm telling you now, like, you need to calm down. You need to have...
No, Mo, you don't... What what we're not doing tonight after you... Wait, you just lost, mate. You don't get to come on here and tell me to calm down. If anything, you need to stop being so calm, mate. Because Liverpool's in crisis. Liverpool's in crisis, mate. When last have I seen Liverpool not winning 5 games, mate? What is going on? You're winless in 2026. You've done a New Year's resolution. You ain't even won a game.
We will be back. We'll be okay.
Oh, he says we're going to be all right.
Listen. Like I always say to Jimmy G and Candy, yeah? We will be back.
Okay.
Just remember that.
All right, Arnie.
Just remember that.
Arnie Schwarzenegger, that's who he is. That's the reason. He's gone from Arne Slot to Arne Slot. He said he'll be back. A big shout out to 10% Mo. Make sure when he calls back in, that's his new name, because he wasn't 100% truthful for me. And he's trying to come for United as well. And you don't get to do that when you're coming off an embarrassing defeat like that in the last minute, when Virgil van Dijk was missing, Mo Salah was missing, Arne Slot, got his team wrong. Don't know why Ekitike was on the bench. You could talk about trying to protect him, etc. But Gakpo didn't tear up any trees. Let's get to Richard. Hopefully Richard's going to be more honest about the assessment of his beloved Liverpool this evening. What do you make of it, Richard?
Words fail me on that performance tonight. And before I go into my main point, did I hear that previous caller correctly? Was he actually blaming the wind for us losing today?
He was blaming the wind, he was blaming VAR, and he's blaming the ref.
Well, he's blaming everyone apart from who should be blamed, and that's the players. And Van Dijk, he didn't put a shift in. The only player that can leave that field tonight with head held high was Szoboszlai.
Yeah, he's been your best player all season, isn't he?
Sprayed the ball left and right, and then we're losing, and we bring on Curtis Jones, who, unless he was born in Liverpool, he'd be playing for Plymouth or Coventry. He's not.
Oh, that's harsh. Curtis Jones is a good player, isn't he? You're not having Curtis Jones?
Not at all. I was checking his stats before I come on. He's played over 200 games, 15 goals and 20 goals and 15 assists. Is that the kind of stats you want from a midfielder?
No.
He's like the modern day Vinny Samways, if you ask me.
So, Richard, for you, so what? Okay, in all honesty, right? Because you seem like you want to have a proper conversation. I like this. What has gone wrong? Because you were Premier League champions, right? Only a few months back. You've broken the British transfer record twice in a window. You've brought Isak in. You've bought Ekitike. You've bought Florian Wirtz, one of the most sought after young attacking midfielders in Europe, right? Fantastic footballer. And you're worse. Is this the Slot effect? Is it that now he's actually putting his fingerprints all over this team? This is the best he can come up with? Is it the players not turning up? Is there too many top players who aren't at it anymore? Like, what do you put this down to?
I put it down to some players. I think maybe stayed on a year too long. I would have let Salah go last year. We could have reinvested the ridiculous Saudi money in strengthening the team. The last time I called in about a month ago, I was and I remain a supporter of Arne Slot. He's got my support this season. He'll have my support next season, come what may. But I think ultimately what's going to be his downfall is the vanity project that was the pursuit of Alexander Isak. I mean, at that point, we'd already put a bid in for him. It was turned down. Slot showed that he had a plan B by signing Ekitike, who's been, I think, a phenomenal success. And then now he goes in and spends 125 million on Isak, when if he'd have gone and offered Crystal Palace 40-50 million last summer for Gahey, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
So do you want to? And that's the other thing I wanted to ask you as well, Richard. Like, do you believe that Mark Gahey basically would have sorted this all out? Is that the conclusion we've come to?
I think it's unfair to put all that on the shoulders of one player, but I think he would have made a drastic change. I think he would have pulled a lot of players up to perform to a higher level. I think he would have taken a lot of pressure off of Van Dijk, because Van Dijk's still carrying that team. He doesn't have a steady partner. I've never rated Konate since day one.
Yeah.
Konate only has a good game when he's alongside Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Whenever Konate is asked to lead the line on his own, is a calamity. I've never thought he's good enough for Liverpool.
Yeah.
And I really hope he runs his contract down and leaves.
Well, Richard, listen, we appreciate the call, mate. We really do. He says, listen, we retains the support for Arne Slot. I don't know how many Liverpool fans do. I honestly, all jokes aside, I honestly do think you should stick with Arne Slot. But the problem is Xabi Alonso is waiting. Mo's blaming the wind and VAR, but Wayne says it's a joke. Who are you blaming as Liverpool go 5 league games without a win? Hopefully it won't be windy for Liverpool's next Premier League game, and that is live on talkSPORT 8 o'clock next week as they take on Newcastle United. Not an easy game at all. And both EFL Cup semi-finals are live on talkSPORT this midweek. Check out our website, talksport.com, for all the details. But now the phone lines are open, 0371 722 3344, as the champions Liverpool's title defence goes from one embarrassment to another.
many sporting rivalries that can boast years of history, ferocious tensions and iconic tussles that ignite the fans to their very core. But when it comes to the battle of the mind games and the verbal exchanges in the heat of battles down the decades, the Ashes stands alone. So here are some of the most memorable Ashes housery moments. Few figures in Ashes history were despised by the opposition more than Douglas Jardine. He was the granite-jawed architect of the notorious 1932 Bodyline series, which sent shockwaves through the sport that still reverberate nearly a century later. One day, the hurricane met the tornado as Jardine met Yabba. As the name suggests, Yabba, real name Stephen Harold Gascoigne, was a heckler who became so famous that a statue was made of him. When Jardine was on the boundary swatting away some flies, Yabba yelled the immortal line, "Jardine, leave our flies alone. They're the only friends you've got here." Like Jardine before him, Stuart Broad is another figure who had a particular gift for riling the Aussie public, mainly due to his jaw-dropping survival at Trent Bridge in 2013, when he very visibly nicked off to slip and refused to walk. Broad is somewhat the modern housery king. He officially became a sorcerer in 2023 when his random bail swaps twice bought a wicket with the next ball at the Oval. 3 tests earlier, after that Carey Bairstow run-out, Broad made sure he was right in the thick of the pantomime. Wicketkeeper Ian Healy issued one of the great lines towards Nasser Hussain. When Steve Waugh told Ricky Ponting to field right under Hussain's nose, Healy remarked, "That could be anywhere within a 3-mile radius." Poor Nass. But perhaps the most poetic of sledges came from bowler of lightning bolts Dennis Lillee, about the Yorkshireman of Yorkshiremen, Geoffrey Boycott, about whom Lillee wrote this: "He's the only fellow I've met who fell in love with himself at a young age and has remained faithful ever since." Priceless.
Welcome to the Rory Jennings show with me, Flex. I'm in for the big man, or the little man. I'm in for the little man, aren't I? Not the big man. It was a windy night at the Vitality as Bournemouth boss Liverpool to defeat the league champions 3-2 in the last minute of the game. Fans are split on who to blame, so the phone lines are open for you to have your say as they go 5 league games without a win. We especially want to hear from you if you've made that 500-mile round trip to watch Liverpool's defensive disaster class. Soon we'll be looking ahead to tomorrow's Hughes Class at the Emirates. Manchester United taking on the table toppers Arsenal. Massive game, and I'd love to have your say on that as well and hear from you. Don't forget, we're now live on YouTube and also on Android TV and Google TV. We're even on Prime Video as well, so come and see me in full HD. But now it's all about you and your opinion, so give us a call on 03717 223344. I want to hear from you to air your views to the nation on the Flex Phone-In Show on talkSPORT. Like I said, it's all about you guys. I want to hear from Liverpool fans galore, because the ones we've heard from already, they're split. They don't know who to blame. Some are saying it's Arne Slot. Some are saying it's the players. Some are blaming Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards and the people upstairs. I want to hear from Lewis now, Liverpool fan. Lewis, where are you in this blame game? Do you just need a little bit of calm? Are Liverpool fans going overboard, or is it as bad as it looks, as bad as it seems? Xabi Alonso is just waiting there, jobless. He's free to go.
I think it's a bit of both. I think we should get rid of Slot. I think Salah should go. I think we get some money for Salah in the summer, and I think we've got Harry Wilson there already. He's free. He's a free agent. I think in the summer, I think we should take him off. He's been at Liverpool before. I think we should take him. He knows the club.
Hold on a minute. So you're saying replace Mo Salah with Harry Wilson?
I think it's a cracking signing. Harry
Wilson's been good this year, but to replace Mo Salah?
Young. Salah this season, he's not there. He's getting old. I think if we can get a few million for him and we get a free player, I think it's a bargain.
Yeah, but we're talking. No disrespect to Harry Wilson, mate. Like listen, top player, he's having a great season. But we're talking about trying to replace Mo Salah here. Surely you got to be. Look at the summer you just had with the types of players you just bought. Surely you can't be replacing Mo Salah with Harry Wilson. Maybe for the squad, maybe, but to replace Mo Salah directly.
I think he starts. I think he walks into a Liverpool team right now. I think if you've taken any team, I think Salah doesn't start for top six.
He's 29 this year, mate. Harry Wilson. He's 29.
He starts for most Prem teams in the country. God. I think the only team he probably doesn't start for is probably on the verge of Arsenal City. I think every other team he gets in.
Is this not just mate? I can't, Lewis. Come on, Harry. Listen, I like him as well. I nearly said I like the kid. He's nearly 30. He's nearly 29, right? Harry Wilson, like I say, he's been at the club before. He's gone to Fulham. He's doing exceptionally well. He's in the Welsh squad. He's doing exceptionally well. But you can't think that he's the answer. Surely not. Not to replace someone like Mo Salah.
Mo Salah hasn't done nothing all season. I think if we had Wilson this season, we could probably be in a better position and probably could have won the game today. But to say today's game, we didn't even need to Ekatike. We needed to start Ekatike. We're making 3 subs at the back. That's obviously one's injury. But regarding Slot, why are we making 3 changes? Defending at the back is the worst part, changing subs. We know that from Sunday League football. Why are we changing the left back? Why are we changing the right back? Obviously, the centre back, yeah, fair enough, he was injured, but we don't need to make them subs.
What do you make of Slot in general? How much of what's going on is down to having just a bad season? You can have a bad season, he can bounce back, and how much of it is down to he's not good enough?
You can have a bad season, but does he win that? If he didn't make signings, right, last season we won the Premier League. That was only because of Klopp. Does he win that if this season? No. He made all these £400 million signings. Doesn't touch the league. Klopp won him that league. He took over a good team. This season, brought his own players in, hasn't done anything.
But you don't win the Premier League by accident. Is that oversimplifying this? Like we can't, we saw Arne Slot the other day remind Liverpool fans that, if you're a team that's won 2 league titles in 30 years, in other words, sort of, relax a little bit. Does he not have a point?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I do think we haven't challenged it. We should be up there, top 2.
Yeah, it's a terrible defense,
we're not even beating Burnley. We lost today, struggled against Burnley. I think teams like City, Arsenal, they don't do that.
Yeah,
we're the champions of England.
Yeah, and Paul
starting Ekatike, not starting Ekatike, and changing a left back, changing a right back. That's a sackable offence there.
Lewis not happy. He's not happy. Thank you very much, Lewis, mate. I'm not sure about the Harry Wilson shout though. 1, he's not even young, and 2, he can't be replacing Mo Salah. He just can't. Barry, let's go over to Barry, Liverpool fan. Barry, it's shocking. Is this the end for Arne Slot?
I think so, yeah. I think so. Dropping Ekatike today is just absolutely no need for it. I mean, one of our best strikers all season. You can't drop him.
What is it? Is he overthinking things, Arne Slot? Is he just in a mess that he doesn't know how to get out of? Or does he just need that thing called time, patience?
No, I think as champions now, I think we should be challenging Arsenal, not we should be the team to beat, not teams coming to us and beating us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And listen, mate, you was up there this evening, wasn't you? What was the atmosphere? Or should I say down there? What was the atmosphere like in the away end? What are the match going fans feeling and saying in the terraces?
It's just frustration. Frustration felt like quality player. Just chances where it opened up for him today, and it's just no players taking a gamble, having shots and testing ball at wide, testing the goalkeeper.
I want to talk to you as well about some of the leaders, mate. Well, the main leader, Virgil van Dijk, right? Because I can see him on my screens now and remonstrating with the ref, asking for a foul for the 3rd goal. The first goal was on him. He takes a poor touch, shocking touch, and he allows, I think it's Alex Scott, to just cut the ball back unopposed. What's going on with him at the minute? Because he's supposed to be, captain's elect one of the best defenders we've ever seen, and his form has just gone off a cliff this year.
I mean, there's been a lot of changes within the team and the squad. Don't know, just this whole negativity in tactics we just didn't seem to have last year, and I think we do miss Trent massively at the back for the creative output. So I just don't know. Obviously, Bull at the back, he should be starting every game. Kirk is just probably going to be a good player one day, but I just don't think he's at that level at the minute. And I just think the manager needs to understand that he can be brought in moderation.
Yeah, and you don't need to keep forcing playing with him. A big thank you to you, mate, because I can hear the frustration he's making that 500-mile round trip. He doesn't sound pleased. He doesn't sound pleased at all. Keep your calls coming into us. 03717 22 3344. Still to come on talkSPORT this evening. It's the best boxing show on radio, Fight Night Extra, with Spencer Oliver and Gareth A. Davies. We've got that for you after this show, and soon we will return. We'll turn our attention to that huge clash tomorrow at the Emirates, Manchester United taking on Arsenal. But the phone lines are open on 03717 22 3344 to air your views to the nation on the Flex phone-in show on talkSPORT.
Thomas Frank. It is Burnley 2, Spurs 1. It's Lyle Foster who's got it.
And this could just be the winner in stoppage time. Fulham 2, Brighton 1. Who else but the man of the moment, Harry Wilson.
Talk about Wilson time. There can't be anyone hotter in the Premier League than him.
Burnley 2, Spurs 2.
Romero header, wow, what a header that is. Flying in, what a big goal this could be for Thomas Frank.
Bournemouth with a chance at the end, and he's scored! Oh my word! Right at the end! Been thrashed into the back of the net by Andy, I think it was, and drama right at the end here. Bournemouth 3, Liverpool 2.
Oh, you do love the Moose. You do love the Moose. He just brought goosebumps. Absolute goosebumps. This is the Flex Bonus Show. And that is how Saturday sounded on talkSPORT with Bournemouth defeating Premier League champions Liverpool. Spurs grabbing a last-minute equaliser against relegation-threatened Burnley. And massive wins for Fulham, Manchester City and West Ham. But as promised, it's time to get straight back to the calls to get your views on that pulsating game at the Vitality that we heard at the end of that package there. And Liverpool fans are not happy. It all seems to be collapsing around him for Arne Slot. A lot of Liverpool fans want Arne Slot to leave. Matt, have your say on this. What are you thinking regarding Arne Slot? Where do you stand with the manager?
Hello, mate. Hope you're well.
I'm good, thank you, mate.
Caller. Yeah, look, for me, I think Arne needs to stay. And I'm not saying here that he's breaking down doors, but I just think sometimes football can be so fickle. It's, we have to look at the season that he's had. Fair enough, he's made some big signings, Isak, Frimpong. Those two guys have started about 3 games. We talk about Salah not firing on the right-hand side. The person that was pulled behind him, Frimpong, was injured for most of the season. So, it's basically a new team, a new format. We're halfway through the season, and yeah, things aren't going as well as they could. But I've heard comments like defensive. It's been a disaster at the back. We've just gone 13 games unbeaten, so that doesn't make sense to me.
He put a plaster. Arne Slot did do a decent job up until this loss here, of course, but he did do a job, like you're saying, in terms of trying to stem the bleed, right? Because, like you say, conceding too many goals, you're losing too many football matches, and really, since he took Salah out of the team, that's when you started to see. It is an upturn in form in terms of, like you're saying, you didn't lose many games, but you sort of saw yourself not lose as many football matches. So it seemed to work not having Salah in there. Of course, he combusted. And I actually, do you know what? I'll give Slot credit on this. I think he handled the Mo Salah situation really well, considering what Mo Salah said. I think he made it go away quite quickly by getting him out of there for the Inter Milan game, getting him back in for the Brighton game before AFCON, and then he started the last couple of games. But I think what it is clear to see, though, Matt, and I want to get your views on this, is Mo Salah's form is just gone. It just seems like it's over for him.
I was talking to a pal about this the other day. It really, the big change for me across this whole season to last is just that final 3, the players that we had, Diaz, Núñez. I'm not saying that he was world class, but Salah, that press in defence and that level of intensity, that for me is what missing. I see, opposite teams walking the ball straight into their midfield. And that's what I think's missing. I think Salah would kind of tie into that energy, and at the moment he just seems to have lost it completely.
Matt, what do you think about the situation? Because Xabi Alonso is now a free agent essentially. He was obviously left Real Madrid or sacked at Real Madrid. How much does that intensify the situation for Arne Slot, knowing the sort of admiration that the Liverpool board have for him and fans?
Look, I think for him to come in, obviously that would be a spark with the Liverpool fans. My argument would be there isn't much difference to what Alonso's done to what Slot's done, right? So he won the Bundesliga, which is what obviously Slot did last year. But Slot did that in the Prem last year, granted not unbeaten. So, look, he'd be a good manager. The tie into the nod to Liverpool will bring some spark to the fans. But truly, has Alonso proved that he's done enough to manage at the Prem? He's had 2 seasons at the top level. One, he won the Bundesliga, and he got sacked about three weeks ago. So
yeah, I see what you mean. No, Matt, top man, thank you for the call. Some really good points there from Matt. He's basically saying that, look, we've just gone 13 games unbeaten. Why are we trying to sack our manager? Is basically what Matt is saying. Let's cross over to Paul, another Liverpool fan. I don't think you hold the same view, though, do you, Paul?
I don't. Good evening.
Good evening, mate. Good evening.
I'm just questioning what Arne Slot's identity is. Because when Jurgen Klopp came in, he had an identity. It was the rock and roll football. It was from doubters to believers, and he gave players that belief when they went out there. For example, the Carabao Cup final, when we had all the kids, he let them believe that they were 10 foot tall. And they went out there and they done the job. And even if they didn't have a good game, he went out there, took all the heat off of them and said, and they had the believers. Again, where are the kids now? They've all disappeared. It seems like they've just ripped up everything now and just kind of gone with it. But all I hear every week from Arne Slot is, oh, they played a low block. They played a low block. This team played a low block. Sort it out then.
Sounds like a load of excuses.
We couldn't do something. It's a low block. So one, you're telling the other team straight away, we'll play a low block, because obviously he can't break you down. But number two, it's like you can't seem to serve this low block. But the question is, what's Arne Slot's identity? Because he doesn't seem to have one.
Yeah, I see a lot of people saying that, you know, and I do kind of feel it for him when they're sort of like, he came in, he didn't change much. It was Klopp's team, so he just won the league. Like, to win the league, you can't win it by accident. Like, you can't. You have to be the best team in the league. But where it doesn't go good for him is that as soon as he's started to put his imprint on the team, really, by bringing in transfers, changing a lot, you're getting probably the season that you thought you'd have in his first year, which is come in, acclimatise. You're going to have a season where you're not challenging for the league, and then you stabilise, and then you go for it and win the league, say, this year. But really what it feels like is it's happened the opposite way round, because look, all jokes aside, mate, you've got some top players. Like, I look at Ekatike, he's a top player. Florian Wirtz is a top player. Last year, Gravenberch was unplayable. McAllister was unplayable. Mo Salah's form's fallen off a cliff. Van Dijk's still.
But what they've done is, in my opinion, they've ripped up too much too soon. So they've got everybody out and kind of gone, here's the new thing, and expected it to gel. And we all know it doesn't work like that. It doesn't matter how much you spend on a player. It's almost like, well, let's tear down everything Klopp built up because we don't want no reminiscence of that now, and let's have something new. And all that camaraderie, all that, the bonding, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't seem it's there now. Like, Virgil van Dijk called his second team meeting of the week. What are you doing? Sort out yourself. Sort out your own.
Yeah, he's playing really poorly at the minute.
Something's not right when it comes out. I know it probably goes on a lot, but that's the second team meeting or players meeting they've called this season. So all is not right, because if the manager was doing his job, that wouldn't have happened probably under Klopp and something. You don't hear that happening at Arsenal.
No. Well, because when everything's going well,
it's the second team meeting. It's like, why are you calling team meetings?
Okay, Paul. So from this position, right? You've just lost tonight. Do you make the change? Xabi Alonso is waiting there. You know how much admiration the club has for him. You know how much affinity he has with the fans and a relationship. Is it risky to change mid-season and try and go for Xabi Alonso when really you're only going for European football? Or are you worried that even under Arne Slot, you won't get European football and that's just unacceptable?
It's about rolling the dice. Do you see out the season and kind of go, let's see what happens with the Champions League, and if it all goes wrong, then you make the call? For me,
I think
he's already called it. Klopp's done the interview. 1 second. So for me, yes, Alonso's got to be part of the deal.
Yeah.
But I'd bring Jurgen Klopp back, because Jurgen Klopp's itching to get back. He said he wanted that year out.
He said what, you think he's just had a rest and wants to come back to rock and roll and the stress, and does he want to come back?
But he did. Remember, he done that interview on that podcast where he was talking about it and said, and he's also said the only team he's ever going to come back for is Liverpool. He needed that year out. Because you could see there was a burnout or something was going on.
It's got him stressed. If
you're going to bring Alonso in now, whether Alonso would accept it or not is another thing. Bring Klopp back in for a 3 year stretch. Say, right, it's a 3 year contract. Alonso's going to be your number two for now, with the process used to be to hand over within that period of time.
Okay.
That's something that, you know, whether it would work or not, but that was something, you know, ease Alonso in gradually, but under Klopp's guidance.
Look at that, Alonso in as an understudy. Thank you, Paul, for your call, my friend. Really appreciate it. He's saying bring Klopp back. Klopp on the interim Klopp they want. I can't believe this is happening. Liverpool fans are wanting Jurgen Klopp to come back, to firefight, to help teach Xabi Alonso what to do, and then pass the baton. You couldn't write it. After the money they've spent, you couldn't write it. Coming up, we next turn our attention to Arsenal taking on Manchester United in one of the Premier League's biggest historic clashes. at the Emirates tomorrow. Majestic and Alan Pardew will be taking your calls off the back of that game from 6:30 as well. And next we'll be discussing that huge game with AFTV's and good friend of mine, Cecil G, next on the Flex Phoning Show on talkSPORT.
For every good signing a club makes, there's bound to be a few that don't work out. Manchester United have certainly had their fair share of those, especially since the end of their golden age under Sir Alex Ferguson. Here are some of the Red Devils' worst signings since Fergie. First up, Alexis Sanchez. He'd averaged almost a goal every 2 games for Arsenal. In his 45 matches for United, he only bagged 5. Next up, Radamel Falcao, dubbed El Tigre, or the Tiger. But at Old Trafford, he was...
Modern football sensibility. Rory Jennings.
This for 3 points. This to beat fierce rivals Ruud van Nistelrooy. Oh, he's missed it! He has hit the bar! And Arsenal too get their draw, but it's not finished yet. They're all around Ruud van Nistelrooy.
There's a massive rivalry between these two football clubs, and there was a game within a game.
Mine, he'd shaved his studs to sharpen them up for the game. He was desperate to get hold of Ruud.
He's always feisty. They're the sort of games you want to play in, though. You know, it's really a tough game.
Every game against Arsenal is always a big one.
The rivalry then was immense because that was, out of all the teams I played against, apart from Juventus, that was the team you're thinking could get beat here because they were all like beasts.
It's Freddie Youngberg again, pushed out by Bartes. Wilson! Oh! Young, it's 8.
I think it's one of the best in the Premier League. The history of this clash is huge.
Arsenal and Manchester United, a classic footballing rivalry.
Manchester United taking on Arsenal at the Emirates tomorrow for Super Sunday. It's going to be a huge clash. It's one that is historically a massive clash, probably The biggest. You know, I mean, when Manchester United and Arsenal were going for Premier League titles under Arsene Wenger and Sir Alex Ferguson, those were the days. That's what I grew up on, seeing my team pretty much get the better of Arsenal most times anyway. But I hate going to the Emirates. I absolutely hate it because our record there recently is absolutely appalling. But I feel different this time. I feel different this time. It's not happening. Michael Carrick's going to make sure of it. And to discuss it, I need my good Arsenal friend from AFTV, a good friend of mine, Cecil G. Cecil's joining me. Cecil, you know how much I hate this game, all right? You know how much I don't like this game. And I'm fed up of losing. And I'm telling you it's going to be different this time. I'm telling you.
Flex, no matter how much times you tell me it's going to be different.
Why have you got glasses on?
I've got my red tinted lenses on because we're winning it this year. So I'm just letting you know. This is a different Cecil. The energy's right. I back my team. My team are on fire. Top of the Premier League, top of Champions League, halfway to the final of the Carabao Cup. And obviously, of course, in the FA Cup. So for me, red tinted lenses are on. I'm very confident. I'm very happy. And I'm enjoying life right now as an Arsenal fan. And like you said, no matter how much you say it's going to be different, it's been many a times it's been your birthday. And you always, Man United have been very much so, they spoil parties, but we've spoiled your birthday so many years when you've come to the Emirates. And on Sunday, tomorrow's going to be no different. If I'm going to be completely honest, as much as, you know, you've gone on that long one-game win streak, it ain't changing nothing tomorrow, my friend. I don't care if you're beating City. Obviously, they lost to Bodo. And if Carrick, I've listened to his press conference, obviously he was praising a lot of what Mikel Arteta has done for Arsenal. If he goes a bit gung-ho, which I don't know how. Listen, last time he did beat us when after Ollie left.
Exactly, he's already beat Arteta once, mate.
Yeah, I'll give him that. This is a different Arsenal. You saying it's going to be different is like me saying every year we're going to win the league.
No, it's not. No, it's not. This one will be different because you're right. We can't go gung-ho. We can't essentially try and do maybe what we did against City, but there are elements of what we did against City that we can transport into this game, right? And for me, I just think the fact that Man United he's going to pick the players who are quick in transition. No, he's going to pick the players that are quick in transition. Yeah, you look at Dorgu. You got Dorgu now converted into a marauding winger. Yeah, Ballon Dorgu on the left. Yeah, Dorgy best. Yeah, he's going to be on the left. On the right, you got Ahmad back in his rightful position, right wing. You've got Mbumo through the middle. You've got the shackles released off of Bruno Fernandes, the player that Odegaard thinks he is, the player that you want Odegaard to be. And then you've got Kobbie Mainoo. I wasn't a big backer of wearing the T-shirts and stuff, but he did need freeing. And now he's free, bro. He's free. Right. So I'm just saying, be ready. Stop treating this like normal Man United because it's not.
No, let's talk football. I'll take the glass off. Let's talk.
Yes. All right. Now I've got you in the room.
Let's talk football. Listen, right. I'm aware of what Man United are. First game of the season, we played you at Old Trafford. Now, I'm honest. You want the truth? We got away with it a little bit. A draw probably would have been a fair result. You guys were phenomenal that game. And I remember coming out of Old Trafford and saying, you know what? These are going to be a problem this season. But I'm not the expert because obviously it all went downhill after that. However, there was signs there of, you know, Man United can hurt us. And I've seen it. Dorgu, even that game at the start of the season, done very well. He's a very good player. Obviously, he plays high up the pitch. And if you do look to use him on the counter, that can be dangerous. Ahmad has been phenomenal. And Mbeumo, even when he was at Brentford, was their main outlet against us and at times hurt us. So I'm aware of the way Arsenal can be hurt in this game. I don't think it's going to be I'm not coming here. I want to put the glass on because I'm confident my team are winning a silverware this season. But I'm not coming here with the glass on saying we're going to smoke you. It's not going to be that sort of game. If anything, it's going to be an ugly game. It's going to be a bit of a boring game, if I'm honest. And I don't think there'll be much in it. I think the subs are the main factor. They're the key factors game. I believe the subs win us this game. That's how I see it going. Now, even with your bench, obviously Cunha didn't start against City. Sheshko didn't even come on. So you have got a good bench as well. But reason why I have confidence, one, unbeaten at home. Yeah. Unbeaten this season at home. The Emirates is becoming a fortress. Even though sometimes I've questioned some of the performances, if I'm completely honest, but we haven't lost. So there's not too much to get too annoyed at. Secondly, for the first time this season, my friend Fleck, yeah? Not Flex, Fleck, yeah? We have every player available. Danger.
All you're basically telling me is that there's no excuses. So once we get the result, there's nowhere for you to hide because everybody's there. Yeah, all I see Arsenal fans say, oh, Gyökeres is not the one now. We need Jesus back in there. Oh, so good. We got all this squad depth. Exactly, you do. So there's no excuses then.
There's not. Listen, your fans are telling me it's a free hit. So let me put it up. Is it a free hit game for you, or
well, is it? It's not. I don't like to use the term free hit, but there's obviously a lot more pressure on you to win than us. Right? If Michael Carrick's just walked in the door, he's an interim coach until the end of the season. Man United have been atrocious under the last manager, our worst manager in history, and it is a little bit of a free hit. But I just don't like to use that term because there's still pressure at Man United, and Michael Carrick knows all about that type of pressure. I'm also not naive, if I'm being honest, all jokes aside. I'm not naive. I understand that what happened against City and how dominant we were on and off the ball, we can't go to the Emirates and have that type of display. But that doesn't mean we can't win the game, though. That doesn't mean we can't win the game, but we just can't win it playing as dominant as we did against Manchester City. And when I look at Arsenal, listen, you're a top team. And I actually want you to win the league. I actually want you to win the league. You know I've been saying that for a while. I don't want City to win the league.
Not saying we're going to win this game.
No. But listen, I've got points to get to myself. I need to get back into Europe. This one game a week is killing me, right? I can't be doing this anymore, right? But what I will say...
Me and you can be at the parade at the end. Imagine
shut up.
Cuddling,
no. I can listen.
A good friend.
I can take you guys winning the league for the first time in, 21 years or whatever it is. That's cute. You can do that. Go to sunset.
It's been a while for you lot. Let's just right now, not as long, but just easy. You've got a long.
You've got pretty much double the time,
brother. You gotta go for a mad read, but don't feel like your time's coming any soon.
Do you know? Actually, I wanted to ask you that as well, Cecil. Actually, because how important is it? Like, if you did draw this game, right? Is that the end of the world? Is it? Because I see every time you guys drop a few points, you look at the reaction from a lot of Arsenal fans, and I think the PTSD kicks in because you've been close 3 times in a row. You want to get the big trophy, and it's like you're your own worst enemy. And I feel like sometimes Arsenal fans just need to calm down. You've got the squad depth. You're not 7 points clear as it stands because City clawed back some points because you didn't play today. But you've got a little bit of lead on City. You look miles ahead of City in terms of quality and depth. You just got to keep your nerve now and just go get this title, surely.
Well, that's kind of it. I think I'm trying to. You can see, you're
right so there. Scarred. All of you.
You know what it is? Let me be real. I'm trying to tell myself a draw's not a mad result. But when I brought up this week in the office and in the studio, Arsenal fans around were like, no, it has to be a must win. But if I'm honest, a draw isn't a terrible result. And it could go that way. I think it could be a draw. But obviously, I'm going to predict my team at the end. When we finish this segment, I'm going to obviously predict my team to win. And I have reasons for that. But it could be a draw. And I don't think that is the worst result because City, looking at their fixtures coming up as well, they got Tottenham away, which I don't... Listen, Tottenham, just watch.
Oh, I'll tell you what, mate. Frank might not be there, so they might get a new manager bounce.
they might get a manager bounce when they play City, and they're obviously notoriously not great when they play at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So that's the game there. Then after that, they got Newcastle in the cup, but then after that, they got Liverpool at Anfield. So as much as we back our team, I expect my team to win. I expect Arsenal right now, like I said, that we should be fighting all 4 fronts when it comes to silverware, and we have all our players available, the best squad in the league. I expect us to win this game. But if we do get a draw, again, it's still unbeaten at home. It's still not the end of the world. Don't get me wrong. Online, I can be, I think, sometimes quite real and balanced. I think on loan.
And then there's other times when you're completely irrational and baseless, using no facts to back up what you're saying and printing T-shirts of league tables at Christmas.
Yeah,
and going
all right. Well,
other times you can be like that.
Close. I'm very close to that step. So you saw me this week. I believe my team's going to win. I'm very close to be shameless Cecil again and be very, very in your face and speaking to all the rival fans. I believe we're going to go and do it. But yeah, I think if we're being sensible, if we do get a draw, it's not the end of the world. But I do expect Arsenal to go on and win this game. No matter what you did at City. City was a great game that you guys played. Honestly, I think you was near on perfect. Honestly, the ball, the pressing, even the disallowed goals. Like there was moments I was like, wow, like everything was clicking for you guys. And the question is, can you replicate that? That's the real question. And for me, it's Mikel versus Michael. I just think who's going to be... I think Arteta is obviously, for me, the better manager. But if Michael can prove that he can change up and not do what he done against City, and maybe, in my opinion, the best way to play against Arsenal is stink it out a little bit, low block, get us on the counter, and that can mess us. I hope Mikel Arteta is preparing for that. I think he's going to be a little bit... I can't say naive. He's an incredible manager, but I think he's going to put Gyökeres starting up front, right? Yeah. And that is one thing. Do
you think he will? You don't think Jesus will come back in after what he did against Inter Milan? Looked really good.
I would love Gabriel Jesus to start.
I would much rather Harry Maguire and Martinez play against Gyökeres.
You're the 5th Man United fan to say that.
Yeah, 100%.
That infuriates me. That infuriates.
He's stiff. He's clunky. He's clumsy. I'm just saying what I see. I'm just saying what I see.
Watch him just dunk on your head tomorrow. But anyway, he's a man that hasn't obviously hit the heights that I think many Arsenal fans thought, and I think Arteta, he's going to stick to his guns, and he will start him up front. However, Jesus for me will be the right man. I think when it comes to trickiness, technical, slight turns, Harry Maguire won't be able to cope with Jesus. Lisandro Martinez is a great centre-back, and he loves a physical battle, which I think at times, Gyökeres for me, listen, I'm an ex-striker. I understand that Gyökeres to me isn't an intelligent striker. He runs with full pace, full power. He doesn't actually know how to slow down, change the speed. He's not the best on the eye. So I think Lisandro Martinez loves that. I mean, we saw him against Haaland, not just last game, but many other games where he just bullied him. It's the same when Saliba and Gabriel play against physical strikers. They love the battle. They like that physical battle, but this is the intelligent strikers that can really cause us problems and many other defenders problems. And that's where Jesus comes in. But because I know Arteta won't do that, that is why I mentioned the subs are so important in this game. We're going to have a bench of
Eze. You've got plenty of them. Exactly. You've got everything.
Bro, you got, that's where it's, and you can, against City, to be fair, you guys maintained the intensity and the levels. I'll give it to you, but I just don't know. I think when you come to the Emirates, it will be different. I think we'll be naive and silly to not think you guys are going to play deep and then try and catch us on the counter.
That's how we have to play. We do have to play that. But lastly, I want to talk to you about Bruno Fernandes, or the captains, Bruno Fernandes and Martin Odegaard. You know my feelings on Bruno Fernandes, the best attacking midfielder in the Premier League / Europe. Argue with yourself. Yeah, absolutely. Can Martin Odegaard, live up to what the demands are from the Arsenal fans in this game, captain versus captain? We used to be, what I will say is, we used to be talking about Roy Keane, Patrick Vieira, and now the two captains are Odegaard and Bruno. It's a slight different type of mix.
It's a different time. I mean, those are the days.
The game's gone. The game's gone.
The game. Now I'm looking at shoulder shimmies and petulance instead of actual physicality and good ball control. But you know what? I'm not going to listen. I can't diss the two players too much. Bruno Fernandes is a phenomenal player. I'm not going to, as much as I, as an Arsenal fan, dislike him. I dislike.
Would you like him in your team?
No.
You wouldn't like him in your team. What, instead of Odegaard, you wouldn't prefer him?
Flex. We're going to talk honestly here, yeah?
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes is an incredible player. For Man United, he's an incredible player, right?
Yeah.
For Arsenal, it just would not work. Hear me out. The way teams set up against us, this low block, the spaces that.
What do you need in a low block? You need magic. You need somebody who possesses the ability to change the game in an instant. I'm telling you, all Arsenal fans need to understand is Bruno Fernandes is the player they want Odegaard to be. That is that simple.
I would never say that.
Yeah, because you don't want to on national radio, but it's the truth.
No, it's not about national radio. I hope everyone's listening. He's the top, but created chances. He's the top 15. He's the top assister right now in the League 9. I am not taking away from the quality of Bruno Fernandes. He is someone I am worried for when it comes to the game tomorrow. I am just saying, from a technical point, when teams play against Arsenal, not like Man United that are rotting over the past couple of seasons, teams allow Bruno Fernandes to find space, find pockets, and become.
They don't allow him. They can't stop him. They don't allow him.
In this Arsenal team, I'm telling you, the spaces that Bruno gets, he would not get.
Mate, you put Bruno with Declan Rice, who can do everything. Zubimendi is good on the ball and say, Bruno, go give us magic and go and supply Saka, go and supply Trossard, go and supply whichever striker, whether it's Havertz, whether it's Jesus, whether it's Jokeres. He'll even get Jokeres scoring for you, mate. That's how good Bruno is.
It's all this Bruno hype, but where was he in the final of the Europa League? What player?
Right, he had a bad game. People can have a bad game. You can't do it all by himself, but he's head and shoulders. Where was Odegaard for? Where's Odegaard for winning anything? I tell you what, since Odegaard's been there, what's he won as captain?
He hasn't won it.
Right, Bruno's even got, in our worst ever period, Bruno's even got an FA Cup and Carabao Cup, mate. What do you mean? What are you talking about? What do you mean, nah?
Odegaard is still a phenomenal player. We're not.
He's all blowing his nose and hair flicks, mate. That's what he is. That's what he is. Bruno Fernandes is the real deal, and you're going to see it tomorrow. That's what you're going to see. Bruno Fernandes, goal or assist minimum. That's what you're going to see.
Declan Rice and Zubimendi, you are a football man, Flex.
Did you not see what happened last time Bruno Fernandes played at the stadium? In the FA Cup?
At Emirates?
Yes.
You like BF since 2017? Okay,
no.
the Cup.
In the FA, the last time we played a game in the Emirates, he scored. Top bins. Set by Garnacho, top bins.
last time you guys Man United come Declan Rice last minute winner. We can all go back to certain games.
All right, Cecil. All right. Give me. All right. Do you know what?
Yeah.
Listen, I know you've got a busy evening. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Yeah, you'll get my blood boiling. I've got to have a professional.
We got a live one, guys. We got a live one. What's your prediction before you go?
Right. So, like I mentioned, I'm going to back my team. It's going to be a tight game. I'm going to go 1-0, and it'll be a substitute that scores that goal, or it'll be a set piece.
Yeah, it'll be you bundling it in from the line, melee in the box, mate. That's what it is, because you're nothing about set pieces. That's what it'll be.
So the set pieces not work for you?
I'm just saying, mate. I'm just saying.
Just let me know. Do you get set pieces? Just let me know. Do you get set?
Yeah, we do. And Harry Maguire's going to score one. That's what's going to happen tomorrow. 2-1 Manchester United. Harry Maguire and Bruno Fernandes. That's how it's going to go down. That's how it's going to go down. Cecil, listen, it's always a pleasure. Even though it didn't feel like a pleasure right now, it is. Yeah. It's always a pleasure. And I'm going to see you tomorrow.
Yeah. I will see you live and direct tomorrow. You never go hiding. I'll give you that.
I'm always there. I don't go hiding.
You'll be there.
And believe me, I'm going to get a lot of heat if we don't win this game, because I've professed we will definitely win.
And this is what you'll see tomorrow.
There you go. So, get him off. Get him off. For those of you who can't see, he's got his red tinted glasses on, and he's inside his house. I don't know why. It's shameless work. Cecil G there from AFTV, huge Arsenal fan and Arsenal content creator and broadcaster and presenter. He's a lot of things. He's a very, very good guy. Make sure you go and follow him on social media. Right, coming up next, we'll hear from both managers from this evening's incredible game at the Vitality as Bournemouth beat Liverpool 3-2, and taking more of your calls. So keep your calls coming in to me, 03717 22 33 44, to air your views on the Flex Phone and Show on talkSPORT.
Is the podcast that breaks down football's biggest tournament with the people who've actually won it. Greats like Cleverson and Emmanuel Petit tell us what it really takes.
trip to South Africa with the Barmy Army on talkSPORT.
Our competition has arrived. England returns to South Africa next winter. And as always, the Barmy Army will be out there in full force at this time. And you could be there too. We're giving away a week for two at the 2027 New Year's Test in Cape Town. Every day of the match at one of the world's greatest cricket grounds with flights, hotel and spending money all covered. It's your chance to secure 2 spots with the official Barmy Army, so you'll be right in the mix with the rest of the fans. And here's how to enter. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate. Or call 0343 418 7260. Lines close. This line closed on the 6th of February at 4 p.m. That's when you'll need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. Good luck. Now let's hear from both managers from Bournemouth's 3-2 win at Liverpool this evening. Before we hear from Arne Slot, the Liverpool manager was absolutely fuming. Or was he? You'll have to wait and see, actually. Bournemouth manager Arne Slot was asked by the Moose whether he is looking up at the table or over his shoulder.
No, I don't know where the table will put us. The distances are still very small, you know. We have some teams there, 1-2 points ahead, some teams behind, 1-2 points behind, so you get 2 wins and it looks completely different, the standings. So I think we have to be competitive. I'm happy because we've gone through a very difficult part of the schedule this January month, and in a delicate situations we found ways to get results.
That was Andoni Iraola speaking to talkSPORT after his team's massive win against Liverpool tonight. It was a really, really big win and a really damaging one for Liverpool. This defeat meant that the defending champions have now gone 5 league games without a win, but Liverpool manager Arne Slot decided to focus on the fixture list instead.
We did the same last season, we will do the same next season, and we've done this so many times. But the moment you have 3 long-term injuries, it gets harder. But I'm the last one who wants to complain about the amount of games, because this is what we want. So I'm not complaining about the amount of games, and hopefully that's completely clear. I'm telling you that if you look at us from the start of the season till now, it's mainly the same players that have to play. And we know this, we are aware of that. But that makes it, of course, sometimes, in some moments when there's only 2 days in between a game and you face a very intense Bournemouth team, even harder. But again, that's not an excuse for us to lose. Hopefully that is clear. But it does have impact on the last 10 minutes of the game, maybe, where it's not the first time this season that we lose in the end of the game. So I'm not saying that that is the only reason for it, because defending a set piece, a long throw, and has not a lot to do. We're being tired, yes, I know, but the last 10 minutes of the game were the only 10 minutes when we were open. And if the way I saw that, and if I look it back, I see some of my players not being able, making the same sprint as they did in the 38 minutes. And that has nothing to do with how fit they are. That has all to do with playing the same players for so many minutes. And that's the difference between us and other teams and clubs that play just the same amount of games.
So that was Andoni Iraola and Arne Slot speaking after that game at the Vitality tonight. So we've just heard a bag of excuses from Arne Slot. I'm sorry, he's basically talking out of both sides of his mouth. 1 minute he's basically saying, well, we should still do better. Last 10 minutes, got a defender, a throw-in better than that. And then he's saying, I'm not blaming the fixture list, but yes, you are. And then earlier on in the season, didn't want to play against a team in a low block. What is it? Which one is it? Liverpool spend record amounts in the summer, and quite frankly, it's as simple as this. He has to find a way. I don't want to hear excuses. Listen, I'm a United fan. I've heard loads of excuses from Ruben Amorim during his tenure. And the fact of the matter is that Liverpool under Arne Slot this season just haven't been good enough. And actually, some of the callers have been quite frank and honest about that, in terms of saying they've changed so much in such a little space of time and they're struggling. And it isn't just because of fixture pile-up. I'm not having that at all, Arnie, at all. That's all from me tonight. And as always, a big thank you to everyone who's called into the show. Rory Jennings returns in 2 weeks as Liverpool hosts Newcastle United exclusively live on talkSPORT next Saturday evening. And don't forget, Sam Matterface has all the Sunday goals as they go in from 1:30 tomorrow before Majestic and Alan Pardew take all your calls from 6:30. But coming up next, it's the best boxing show on radio. It's Fight Night Extra right here on talkSPORT.